So today we're finishing cute little dioramas by piecing a bunch of bricks together. First we got to spot where the bricks come from, which is there's some over here, so we're gonna need these. We can put down a dispenser right there. I think you're facing the right way. Nope. I don't think you are. Turn you around, and then we do need these bricks over here, so another one can go in right there. And then from there we bring out a conveyor belt right over to these ones, and these ones are also gonna need to be pieced together as they are, so we will set up a gluer in their path. They go in one side and the other side, and then we can open up the configuration to tell the machine how they go together. And they go together like this. So that's an easy save right there, and then they get brought out, where these other 2x3 bricks are waiting, so we set up a stacker right here, and then bring both of them like so, and then this goes right there, and this goes up top like that. Beautiful. Now the thing is, this bottom brick here is a little special. It's like the 3x2s, but it needs a bit of modification. So what we can do there is set up this sloper, probably just over here, because we might as well just split this production line. So they go there, and then we want this one at the end, like a V. So that's being made, and then we need another stacker to combine these two items. And then once those are together, we make a ball, or I guess it's supposed to be a pumpkin. For that, we need this green thing over here. Thankfully, that's right along the path. But one more stacker to finish off this. And then I guess we gotta bring this a little out and around, but that's okay, because they still do the same thing. Little leaf goes on top here, and that's exactly what we need. Now all we need to do is bring it right over to the unfinished diorama here. So that finishes that line of production. And we're making a lot of pumpkins at a time, which we need 80 to get the coin here. But now we can move on to another thing, a blue bird, which requires a painter. And we need this blue paint here. Let's see what actually goes into this bird. So we got one of these little things, and then a yellow beak, but they're mostly blue. So here, this is the same shape piece that we need. So we'll grab this, and then the blue dye is right there, which now we have a dye dispenser, so that'll be helpful. And then a painter can go right over here, sort of. One side, other side. And I do enjoy the noise that the dye makes as it gets blooped out there. It's literally like a little bloop. Okay, but now those are being painted. So we do need some of these, but we could also nab this one little stud from that one. So let's split this production path a little bit, and then get a, where is it? A cutter for just this one little stud. Ooh, actually, we could get the other one there too. So maybe we'll set up another cutter right next to it. So half of the bricks going this way, make one thing, and then the other make the other thing. There we go. And now we need to stack all of these together, as well as get half of these pieces here dyed yellow, which there isn't really yellow dye. What there is though is these yellow bricks here. So here, we'll get dispenser there, just slim up on this a little bit. And then we'll get these bricks going through a sloper and then a cutter. Or you know what? 2 cutters back to back, so we can get them all the way down to just one stud, and then we can slope it to be exactly what we need. Okay, now we need to bring all these through a series of stackers. So one of, let's see, ooh, we also need a gluer. So let's get that right next to this, because it's this piece right here that needs to go in there. Might look like we're cutting off these things here, but we do have a teleporter, so that'll be just okay. Or maybe it needs to turn into it. So let's redo that. There, now they're teleporting. Okay, we need you, and then you to be like that. Very good. And then you can be stacked on by the thing we just teleported. Fun little crest to the top of the head there. And then all that's left is these body pieces. So let's get this conveyor curving up this way instead now. And then the stacker is brought like this. And then one more dippity-doo-dah, and we have a bird that's lined up for right here. Or I guess it doesn't matter, but it's going to the diorama now. Good. And voila, now we have, whoa, a crusher where we can extract the dye of the block. That would be way better for the yellow bricks over here, but we probably need those now because now we're making a crow. And I think I can see how this goes together just by looking at it. But where do we get black from? There's a slant over there, so I think that's what we use for a lot of this. So we get a piece extractor right there, and we do need 2 of them, so we're actually gonna need black for a few things here. So let's get a second extractor set up. So they're both going out like that, and then one of them needs to be brought through a gluer for the top of the head, which is like this. And then let's see, how is these Okay, I see how that goes together. And then this other line can be used for crushing. Or, ooh, should we cut it? We could probably cut it. Actually, we can't because it doesn't give us the shape that we need. Going to bring you right through a crusher. So now we have black dye to use. Very helpful. And then here, let's get another piece dispenser on this yellow because we do need the yellow for some of the pieces here as well, which I love how derpy this crow looks just by looking at it. And we might need a few lines of production here. So let's split you this way, and then maybe another one going this way. So this one can be brought through a sloper to become this one, and then we'll split that going this way because we are going to need to cut it at least once to become this shape. There, now we have both of those being made, so those can be glued. So we can get fun little crow feetsies. I said feetsies.
What did
Not
you
the
say?
other thing. Feetsies. Okay, but now we need some of these for dyeing black. So a painter to do a little loop around like this probably. Or it might not matter because we have teleporters. So we'll do this, facing this way. Black dye on one side, bricks on the other side. Also listen to the crusher right now. That is a very satisfying sound. Very industrial. All right, but now we have those dyed black, so we have the body pieces. And then teleport to the other side. So we can stack you two like so. Feet go here, and then I think the body's like this, right? Yeah. So we have half of the crow, more or less. But we also have slants here that need to be dyed. So we can split this production again, and then we need to, let's see, we'll bring this side down like this, I think, and then facing this way to give us a little more room. So the painter can go there. Probably the painter for right now, because we can cut it after. And then the conveyor is right there, ready for that. Beautiful, another piece that we need. And then the cutter will go right on the line like this. So we get these pieces, and then we can just clear these conveyors. There we go. So those pieces are what we need to move next. To probably go down here, just to make this a little easier, maybe. Where did those crest pieces go that I was doing with before? Oh, they're over here. They're way out of the way. Thankfully, though, the teleporters are very helpful. So we're just gonna end up teleporting them twice. Okay, so now those are good to go. And then, let's see, maybe not like that, because we need these pieces to come through. This might not look pretty, but it's working. Just a lot of crisscrossy patterns. So now that these are here, we need to stack them, or we could glue the sides beforehand. So we do need to glue these. So we do have these pieces over here on standby. That should be helpful. We'll get a gluer set up like so, and then like this, and then like this. So we can get one of the wing things in place. And then with another gluer, we'll split this track to get the other ones on the other side. Excellent. This looks like a tiny little crow in its own right. But now that layer's complete. So we can move it up to be stacked with those ones. And then last thing is the head pieces, which are over here and going that way. Okay, so everything's actually kind of where I need it to be. Good. So to that end, we can actually bring these over here and stack these two before we bring in the legs, because this will go right on top here. Beautiful. A fun little hat. And then last stacker go right over here for the legs. And then we can just go ahead and speed this on right to the diorama over here. Once we put the legs down, and then put the body on top. Look at that happy little crow. It's so derpy, I love it. And then is there anything more that we need? Oh, a super stacker. So we're starting to make bigger blocks now with an enlarger. Oh my goodness, we unlocked a whole bunch of things here. Super stacker, mega stacker? What? And there's a big destroyer too, but we might need that. Okay, so we need a scarecrow now. How are you pieced together, and what is big about you? Is any of this big? It doesn't seem big. This honestly just looks very normal sized. So let's just resume as normal. Okay, we need those pieces. We need white, but all there is white dye. And blue dye as well. And more yellow bricks, so plenty of you. We're probably gonna end up sloping those anyway. So we're gonna need a few of these. And then a couple dye dispensers for the blue. Da-ba-dee-da-doo. And then the white, which is right over here. But also look at the size of this conveyor belt. I almost want to use it, but it only transports mega blocks. We were doing Legos and then we moved up to mega blocks. I mean, maybe? These really don't seem big. Or we could make a big scarecrow if that's what it's suggesting, but we don't have an enlarger. So here, let's just bring these over here. But since we are mixing things, the colors are gonna be a little messed up because this is dark yellow, so we can't use white dye to move it because that'll just make it yellow. So because we're making a big figure, we need to get this enlarger set up somewhere, and it only takes these giant grid spaces. But one thing at a time, let's get the pieces built. So we need this blue dye going to these pieces here so we can color them. And actually, wait, before they go through there, we need those sloped to be the little legs. There, now they can be dyed, no problem. Clear these. There, that's the pieces I want. And then how high do these normal stackers go? Because we got one stacker there, and then I guess we can split production on this conveyor belt here to go over there and then connect with this. This is very crude conveyor belt placing, but I'm just seeing how this works. I'll pick this all up when I'm done. Okay, so it cannot go above 4, so that's why we need the mega thing, so it can go taller than that. But we can start with a little this, get the scarecrow looking this way. So it's up 3, but we can't do much more than that. Or it's up 2, rather. And this figure is 8 things tall. Oh dear. But we have a little bit of a start. So we get those, and then we need to slant some of these white bricks too. So Slipper, go in here too. Split this. And then you need to be, yeah, this one. So we can stack more of these normally. And now it's in a 3x4, or it's 3 things tall, that's what I mean. And now these pieces over here can finally get a use, because we do need to cut them a little bit to be this 1x2. And then they get stacked again. I did say I was gonna clean all this up, but I guess I'm not. Oh well, deal with it. And now this is the maximum size that this can be. So from here, we need to get this started on a mega conveyor. So we bring in this enlarger with a very big thud. But now we can attach the big conveyor belts. Look at this. They don't really get any bigger, but we can stack them taller now, which is actually perfect placement for this piece of Spencer over here, which we're also gonna need to bring through an enlarger because we have big production right now. So we get these joining together like this in a little bit. And then we need the super stackers or the mega stackers. These are for 2 big blocks. So actually, you know what we probably need to do is make the top half of the scarecrow and then combine them. So let's wait on this production there for a little bit. We need these pieces here because they're already here. And we have 2 of them. It would be nice if I could just split them and keep both halves, but I can't. So we're just gonna cut them early. And then, okay, we can get both of those. So we need these first off. And then we can also get a second one to make only the slanted parts, which also needs to be cut again to be just a little smaller size. And then these 2 need to get brought through their own stacker right now, because this is the scarecrow's whole head right here. And you know what, since these are both here, let's actually just stack them before we bring in the yellow cubes. Oh wait, I need to glue these. I can't do this yet. Hold on, hold everything. Glue her here, glue her here. Okay, now these 2 can be joined together. Forgot a very important step there. And then these 2 brought together like this. And then we can stack them. And they should still fit. Yeah, they just barely fit in this size. But that's all together now. So do I need the mega stacker already? Or can I put these together? I hope I could just put these together. And I think, yes, I can. Oh, very good. We have the scarecrow's top half here. But now we need to join this with the other one. So we're gonna go mega. And thankfully the conveyor is already lined up. So just go right 2 there, sure. And then big conveyor needs to go one way and the other way. We need the super stacker set up here. Or I guess that does output them as a big block, but we're fine. So mega stacker already probably? Oh, I see, this is for 2 small inputs. I am very intelligent, I promise. But now we have 2 big blocks going through, and then we should be able to bring this right to the diorama as soon as we get this configured. Oh, and that's a big space there, up to 12? Wow! And the scarecrow head go right up there. Is that looking good? I think that's looking good. Look at that, we made a scarecrow! Oh, that's amazing. I thought the big conveyor belts meant that we were gonna be dealing with, like, if these were Legos, we'd be dealing with, like, Duplos. But we don't have to. So that should hopefully be good there. Oh, yeah! Amazing! Now we just need 80 of these to complete the last coin there, complete the diorama. So fast forward time, making so many scarecrows and seeing the rest of our production go in super speed as well, which really shows where the bottlenecks are, but I'm not worried about it because Raven is the bottleneck. It's the crow production over here. And what part of it even? It's these bricks going through. Oh, and there's a whole production belt over here that isn't being used, so get rid of you. Because yeah, the yellow slopes are needed for a lot of things at once. So that explains it. And then the bluebirds, we already have all those points, but it looks like, yeah, the backup is the demand over here is much more busy before this piece is involved. But the pumpkins are fine. The pumpkins are simple. The pumpkins are clean. And just like that, we have enough scarecrows. So now we can complete the diorama. Put down the pumpkins first in the field, and then the bluebirds over here. Yes. And then the crows, 3 of them, and then 1 more scarecrow. Hey! Oh, what? He got a stick!
Sometimes I gotta
that wasn't a part of the
beat the leaves off with a
instructions.
stick.
But that's the diorama completed, and it is a cute little diorama at that. So now if we come out to the overworld, we have 2 of these bricks here, which unlocks these little diorama things. A pond. That looks like it would be fun, but I think that's a good end for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video of Block Factory. Cute little game. I love working with blocks like this. So if you guys want to see more of this game, then be sure to let me know. Thank you very much for watching, and sub to Intern. And I would like to thank the channel members, including Bread, Corby Farm, Dakota, Donamoto, DVONX, Ancient Elixir, Matthew, Hateful Harold, Peggy Sue, Drip Along, Angel, Lily Bites, Finer Within, DeGarrity, Sands, V, Isaac, Killer Squad, Mousy, and Nicholas.